no introduction. Her influence in business, philanthropy, her beloved Bulldogs and the AFLW is extensive. We are extremely proud to have her as a patron of SALT. Good morning, Susan Alberti, AC.
Good morning, everyone. Could I just first of all begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of country and their continuing connection to land, sea and community. I certainly pay my respects to them and their cultures and to the elders both past, present and emerging. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Susan. Now, Susan, I have to apologise to you. Firstly, my father is a lifelong Western Bulldog supporter and was so excited to hear that I was going to have the chance to talk with you this morning. So I should have been a Bulldog. Unfortunately, I had a great-grandmother who grew up on Punt Road and could knit a little bit better than Dad, which led me to being a Tiger, Susan. So I do apologise.
That's okay. My very good friend Peggy O'Neill, the president of Richmond, she's an incredible woman. She's done so much for that club. And I can recall those few years ago when they wanted to get rid of her simply because she was a woman and she stood firm. And look what she's done, look what she's achieved and what a remarkable role model she is to both men and women. And I say, go Tigers, and I'll be there supporting you.
Good on you, Susan. Susan, I was going to ask you, so with lockdown, what has that meant for you and how have you managed or coped? And what do you think the major things that sporting clubs need to focus on during this time?
Well, for me personally, when it hit in March, I was devastated to have to let my staff go home and work from home because we're a close-knit community. But I managed to get all that organised and working remote and so forth. And of course, I was able to come into my office because I've got a permit to do so. But the thing that really resonated with me back in March was I had to maintain a routine. A routine to me is very important, that I wasn't just going to start sleeping in and getting lazy and not doing the things that I'd done every day of my life, because work to me is more than work. It's not just about working, it's about I love what I do, I love making a difference, and I wanted to continue on that path, albeit it was very difficult with the staff at home and me being on my own. So I've always had a 3-year vision or plan in my life. When I was younger, it was 5, now it's 3. And I knew I had to go back and revisit that 3-year plan. And I knew going forward it was going to be tough, but I knew I had to maintain a routine. I had to still continue on the path that I always have in being positive. I think if you can go through the things I've been through, what we're going through now is nothing to what I have been through and what many other people go through in their lives with the deaths of family members and so on, and sickness and what also it's meant for me is I've been able to support medical research more passionately than ever, and I've had a very close link with Walter and Eliza because they're doing some great work on the COVID vaccine. So I refocused more on my medical research, more on helping to support find a vaccine. So it's for me, and for sporting clubs, that really devastated me when sporting clubs couldn't continue playing the sport. And I couldn't understand why not. If we practiced all the proper protocols that were needed to play sport. And for me, sport, when I was a young woman, was so important to me for my mental and health and well-being that I thought, take away. And what the other thing that really, really concerned me when taking away sport from young people was the incidence of obesity was continuing to rise, and our children under the age of 10 were being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So it's more than mental health. It's really a lot about physical health that goes together, mental and physical well-being. So for me personally, I've stayed focused. I've been down at times. I'll admit that I've been down, but I know that it will end. I know that next year will be a new year and we'll be back with our sporting commitments. SALT will be back bigger and better than ever. And what a great organisation to be involved with. You do the most remarkable things. You're a mean, lean machine. I honour you and I praise you so much. And thank you for having me here this morning.
Oh, good on you, Susan. Thank you for those lovely words. And I think your words of advice and your own personal experience are a valuable insight into everyone. So I really appreciate it, Susan.
Thank you.